Dude, look at how cute Sean looks. Doesn't he look cute? I mean, God, there's a reason why I called him Precious.
What do you say, Precious?
I thought Young was actually going to beat him because I didn't know how good Merab was. And I hate to talk about myself, but yeah, even the Triple C, including him, taking me down. So let me get warm when you talk about Merab with the crowd. You know, this guy uses that as energy in order to fuel him to kind of taunt the crowd, get them going. So what are the keys against him and a guy like Sugar Delight, aka Ronald McDonald, aka Sean O'Malley? Could he stop himself from getting cut to the face? That could play a role. A cut could.
Former dual champion Henry Cejudo has issued a stark warning about Sean O'Malley's preparation for his highly anticipated rematch against Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 316. And if that wasn't concerning enough, UFC legend Daniel Cormier has delivered an even more brutal assessment, claiming O'Malley will be screwed if he loses again.
Merab is an animal, man. What he did to Henry Cejudo, I was like, I can't even believe this is happening. When he carried him, when he picked him up, and then he's like stuck his tongue out, and he walked over towards where the UFC people were, and then slammed him. Slammed Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist. Who the fuck does that? Dude, Merab is a scary character because that motherfucker never gets tired. Did you ever see his fight with Marlon Moraes?
No.
Marlon Moraes had him dead to rights. He had him out. And Merab just wouldn't stop.
You got a big heart, huh?
Oh, his heart is enormous, man. He's unstoppable.
Tonight, we're breaking down the explosive claims about O'Malley's questionable training camp, the mounting pressure on Sugar, and why this rematch could make or break his entire career.
Merab Dvalishvili. That's right. I didn't butcher that name because I remember it now. When this guy gets an opportunity to fight Sean O'Malley or Chito Vera, it's going to be easy work for him. So I thought the same thing, Sean. I was like, Sean, this dude's fucking sloppy. Sean, this dude is X, Y, and Z. But it's different when you actually get in, and it's different when you have a pace and a guy that doesn't necessarily have that knockout power or that accuracy, but just has that go in him. And that's what makes him dangerous. It's not necessarily his wrestling. It's his threshold. It's the ability of him continue to keep picking up the pace and keeping it at that pace where he doesn't drain his own watt. He got me. I take.
Let's start with the bombshell that's got everyone talking. Henry Cejudo, who knows exactly what it's like to face the machine, Merab Dvalishvili, after losing to him at UFC 298, just dropped some serious allegations about Sean O'Malley's camp preparation. Speaking on the Pound for Pound podcast, Triple C didn't hold back. There's a lot of birdies out there. He's just working jiu-jitsu. He's not working his get-ups, his stand-ups. He's not investing in his camp. He's not bringing in guys for money. Maybe he's cheap.
Again, there's a lot of birdies out there. I'm going to say here at Pound for Pound, he's just working jiu-jitsu. He's not working his get-up, his stand-up. He's not investing in his camp. Like he's not bringing in guys for money. He's getting all these Arizona kids that have big mouths. That's just the thing. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's 100% true.
I don't think money's an issue.
I mean, you got Ferrari, you got Lambo, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be. But to him, he just wants to keep everything. I don't know. Maybe he's cheap.
This is absolutely damning, folks. Cejudo is essentially saying that O'Malley is making the same fundamental mistakes that cost him the title in the first place. Remember, in their first encounter at UFC 363 and 6, Dvalishvili took O'Malley down 6 times and controlled him for over 10 minutes on the ground. If Cejudo's sources are accurate, O'Malley is walking into the exact same trap that dethroned him as Bantamweight champion. The former champion concluded with a chilling prediction: people listen to me, bet the house on Merab Dvalishvili.
Some of these things. So people listen to me, bet the house, Merab Dvalishvili via damn decision, 50-45.
When a former champion who's faced both fighters tells you to mortgage your house on the outcome, that's not just analysis, that's a warning. To understand why these training camp revelations are so concerning, we need to examine exactly what makes Merab Dvalishvili such a nightmare matchup for anyone in the bantamweight division.
Is cardio or stamina something that you can keep increasing with time? Is it genetic? Is it from your parents?
Definitely not from parents. I have to work hard,
And of course, I training hard, and when you training hard, you're not taking days off. Also, same time, like coach say, I'm not spending energy when I don't need to spend energy on my cardio. You know, so I'm more smart fighter, more experienced fighter. You know, and I have a good cardio, but this is from training hard and also to be smart. You know.
From our exclusive analysis of training footage and fighter testimonials, Dvalishvili isn't just tough, he's described as having supernatural conditioning that borders on the inhuman. Listen to this assessment from fellow fighters. You cannot prepare for an intangible like conditioning. He's learned to weaponize pace. He is the king of pace in that division. If you don't knock him out in the first round, he's going to drown you.
And I remember warming up like super hard to the point where I was trying to kind of beat the altitude, but you cannot do that. You cannot just beat the altitude or into you. It's like you either gotta do it or you or not warm up as crazy. It's just pretty much your warm up is your fight. So I felt like that before, and then two, there's been times where I didn't fight because of embarrassment, because of missing weight. And obviously being the Olympian at that time, being the gold medalist and having to kind of show face to people, I was like, you know what? I'd rather not even have an advantage and not even fight at all.
The Georgian fighter's approach is psychological warfare through physical domination. He doesn't just outwork you, he breaks your will by maintaining a relentless pace that would kill most fighters. One training partner revealed they'd rather fight former champion Aljamain Sterling than face Dvalishvili in the gym. Here's what makes the machine so dangerous. He took down Olympic gold medalist Henry Cejudo 5 times and neutralized his signature inside trip, a move that had worked on virtually every other opponent. If he can do that to a wrestling specialist like Cejudo, what happens to a primarily striking-based fighter like O'Malley, who allegedly isn't even working on his takedown defense?
Merab is an animal, man. What he did to Henry Cejudo, I was like, I can't even believe this is happening. When he carried him, when he picked him up, and then he's like stuck his tongue out, and he walked over towards where the UFC people were, and then slammed him. Slammed Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist. Who the fuck does that? Dude, Merab is a scary character because that motherfucker never gets tired. Did you ever see his fight with Marlon Moraes?
No.
Marlon Moraes had him dead to rights. He had him out. And Merab just wouldn't stop.
You got a big heart, huh?
Oh, his heart is enormous, man. He's unstoppable.
The writing is on the wall, and it's written in takedown attempts and ground control time. If Henry Cejudo's training camp concerns weren't enough to worry O'Malley fans, UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier just delivered what might be the most brutal assessment yet. On his Funky and the Champ show, DC didn't mince words about what a second loss would mean for O'Malley's career. You're screwed. He's kind of in that same position as Jiří Procházka. I don't think I have seen many changes.
Well, Luis will put it, but he goes, Luke Thomas goes, people get mad when I say this, and I don't really care because I know I'm right. If you looked at this 2025, and I made it 24, but he put it 10.
Cormier is drawing a direct parallel to Jiří Procházka, who suffered back-to-back losses to Alex Pereira and has struggled to regain his momentum. The message is clear. Lose twice to the same opponent, especially in the same fashion, and your title aspirations could be over for years. DC emphasized that unless O'Malley makes wholesale changes to his wrestling, to his grappling, to his defensive ability, he's walking into the same buzzsaw that cut him down 7 months ago.
Second Cheeto rematch, there was like animosity. I really, truly wanted to beat the fuck out of him. Like I felt like I really didn't like him at that time, and I had such a good performance. It felt so good. I almost forced myself to not like Merab, but it wasn't like genuine. I want to go out there and put on a beautiful performance because I love this sport, not necessarily because I don't like Merab.
The former dual champion's assessment of Dvalishvili's finishing ability is equally terrifying. The only way to beat him is by completely shutting out the lights, because as long as he's up and walking, he's going to continue to press you.
To a 3-1 favorite against Merab because of the way he fights. And it seems like the only way to beat him is by completely shutting out the lights. Because as long as he's up and walking, as long as he's up and walking, he's going to continue to press you and try to chase you down to get you. So
Now, to be fair to Sean O'Malley, he hasn't been completely inactive in addressing his shortcomings. The former champion has made some significant lifestyle changes that he believes will impact his performance. O'Malley revealed he's eliminated social media entirely from his routine and quit smoking, stating on his Timbo Sugar Show podcast, "Like a lot of things that have changed in my life are going to attribute to my performance, I don't get on social media, and I feel like that's changed my life. Making decisions like that, sacrifices. These are positive steps that show mental discipline and focus. Eliminating distractions and committing to a cleaner lifestyle demonstrates that O'Malley is taking this rematch seriously on some level. However, here's the critical question. Are lifestyle changes enough when the fundamental technical deficiencies that lost him the title apparently remain unaddressed? If Cejudo's sources are accurate about O'Malley's training focus, then quitting Instagram might not matter much when you're getting taken down at will by a relentless wrestling machine. The fight isn't won or lost on social media, it's won or lost in those crucial moments when Dvalishvili shoots for a takedown and O'Malley needs to sprawl, scramble, or get back to his feet.
I know that Merab is going to get this win. I know a little bit of O'Malley's fight camp and how it's been going. But that being said, he doesn't know how to get off of bottom. He's having trouble. 3 training partners that have gone out there. That's all told me the same shit. It's a match made in heaven for a guy like Merab. He just needs to be careful in those 2 rounds. As the fight goes on, I could see Merab Dvalishvili fucking taking him out.
Let's be crystal clear about what's on the line at UFC 316 on Saturday, June 7th at Newark's Prudential Center. For Sean O'Malley, this isn't just about reclaiming a title, it's about salvaging his entire career trajectory. A second consecutive loss to Dvalishvili, especially if it follows the same pattern of ground control and wrestling dominance, could effectively end his championship aspirations for the foreseeable future. The Bantamweight division is loaded with hungry contenders like Corey Sandhagen, who Cejudo believes would be a more deserving challenger. If O'Malley fails again, the UFC might have no choice but to move on to fresh matchups that fans actually want to see.
What do you say to the people who say you don't deserve this?
Don't watch and watch your reality TV show. Don't watch the fight.
Do you understand where some of the detractors are coming from?
I do, 100%. I mean, that last fight, I don't think a lot of people went and truly rewatched it because it's not like one of those fights that it's super worth rewatching. I do think second time watching it, you realize that it is a little bit closer than the first time you watched it live, and they weren't interested in rewatching it, and their opinion's just going to kind of stay the same.
On the flip side, Dvalishvili has already proven he can handle O'Malley's striking and has since defended his title against the undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov. He's riding the highest confidence of his career and has every reason to believe he can replicate his dominant performance. The evidence is mounting, fight fans, and it's not looking good for Sean O'Malley's title redemption story. When former champions who've shared the octagon with both fighters are warning you to bet against the challenger, when Hall of Fame analysts are calling the potential outcome career-ending, and when training camp reports suggest the same fundamental problems remain unaddressed, that's not just analysis, that's a prediction. UFC 316 could very well be the night that Sean O'Malley's championship dreams die permanently, or the night he proves that sometimes the most dangerous fighter is one with absolutely nothing left to lose. Either way, this bantamweight title fight has transformed from a simple rematch into a career-defining moment that will echo through the division for years to come. We'll have complete coverage of UFC 316 this Saturday night. For now, I'm your host, reminding you that in this sport, preparation isn't just about winning, it's about survival.